My name is Rujina Akhtar. I am a Rohingya woman. My history is not alone mine. It is the history of every Rohingya children being born without nationality, without a name. Before I begin, I would like you to do something for me. Please close your eyes for 5 seconds. Now imagine this. The country where you were born doesn't want you. You have no flags to look up to, no passport to hold, and no soil that belongs to you. You can open your eyes. I know many of you could not have truly imagined that. You might ask, is that even possible? But for me, this is not an imagination. This is my reality. I'm a Rohingya. I was born in a refugee camp in Bangladesh, born without a state. In 1992, my parents were forced to leave Myanmar to Bangladesh. And then I was born into a cage of nowhere. In the refugee camp, education stopped at class 5. After that, if I wanted to study more, I had only one option. Keep repeating the same year again and again until hope quietly disappeared. I wanted to learn, to grow, and to have a future like any other normal child of my age. So I broke the rules. With a fake birth certificate and a teacher's help who believed in me, I entered in a formal school in Bangladesh. I was bullied, threatened, blackmailed due to my identity as a Rohingya refugee who doesn't have a country. Identity is the permission to be human. Without it, I was prey. Through continued advocacy for access to higher education, supported by UNHCR, I finally found my way back to university in Bangladesh. I received the Dafia scholarship. I was demanding a right that the world had denied for my people. I asked myself, why was I born to survive all this? But some friends stood by me. They said, your identity doesn't matter. You are our friend. In 2021, I somehow managed to complete my bachelor degree. I thought this degree will be my identity. I was not allowed to study. The reason is I'm a Rohingya. I was forbidden to work. Then I had to go back to that dark, tiny room in the refugee camps. It is like hell. I couldn't open the window to look at the sun. Because people like me supposedly didn't deserve fresh air. I spent months in that room. I had panic attacks, even 3 times a day. Even from darkness, I continued my advocacy for access to higher education. After 2 years, through persistence, advocacy, and to refuse to give up, I earned the opportunity to study in Japan as the first Rohingya woman from my refugee camp to do so. Not because I was lucky, but because I refused to disappear. But I want you to understand something very clearly. Being stateless was not my choice. It was the system that decides who is allowed to belong and who is not. For decades, the Rohingya people were forced to live without legal recognition and protection in Myanmar. Today, that number has grown up to more than 1.2 million people living in the refugee camp in Bangladesh alone. According to a UNICEF report, more than 21% of them are children. Think about the children who are being born right now across the camps in Bangladesh, Malaysia, Indonesia, and other countries. What did this child do to deserve a life without a state? These children are born without citizenship. They grow up without legal rights. They enter into their adulthood without right. From an early age, they are taught to plan their life around survival instead of possibilities. And when these children become adults, the world still calls them refugees, as if time has stopped for them. Without identity, talent remains invisible, unseen. Work remains exploitable, and voices remain unheard. And when the Lord does not see you, harm becomes easier, exploitations become normal, and silence becomes dangerous. The theme of today is rethink, rebuild, and rise. So I want you to rethink what it means when a human being does not have any legal identity. Stop seeing statelessness as a tragedy and start seeing it as an injustice, systematic injustice that the world allows to exist. Rebuild a world where a child's birthright includes a name, a nationality, and protection. A world where children are not born into legal invisibility. And rise not as the observers, but as the people who refuse to be silent, because silence does not protect victims, it protects the system that harms them. Do not look away, and do not let the world create more stateless people. The girl from nowhere. But they are wrong. I am here. I exist. And I rise not only for myself, but for every children still growing up without a name, a nationality, and a place to belong. Thank you.